Meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle. I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers. Yep.
Meghan has done is told Harry sort of a fabrication of her childhood and her early life. And that was part of the reason why she wasn't interested in Harry actually meeting.
Is at it again, playing the victim card, lashing out at all those horrible lies and all those
The Duchess, who built her brand on the gospel of authenticity, has just been publicly called out by her ex in the most humiliating way by being dragged straight into the grandmother's club.
Was already, being planned by the time they were trying to arrange, let's say, a meeting right before the wedding. I think Meghan definitely did not want her father there to mess up the narrative that
For years, Meghan Markle has meticulously crafted her public persona into a storyline worthy of a Hollywood screenplay. The journey of a California girl who became an actress and then a royal duchess. She evolved from the briefcase model on Deal or No Deal to a figure dominating Buckingham Palace headlines. Yet behind this glossy narrative and her carefully curated imagery, a deeply explosive rumor persists, refusing to be silenced or fade into the background.
As her publicity team. 6 battle-weary minions who, in Meghan's mind, failed to convince the world of the wonderfulness of their stunning...
The story
suggests that Meghan may not only be a mother, but could already be a grandmother at the age of 44. That revelation alone is enough to send shockwaves through the palace, Hollywood, and her meticulously managed brand, because nothing dismantles a carefully constructed image more effectively than the existence of a secret family.
infer her mom was completely willing to go along with the narrative, and that's why she was there.
Yeah, very good point. Then,
strip away the polished narrative of Meghan as the Northwestern student on a journey of self-discovery before fame, and another story emerges. According to whispers, her path may have started much earlier under the flashing neon lights of a Las Vegas wedding chapel. Long before the royal titles, Netflix deals, and Oprah specials, she was allegedly in front of an Elvis impersonator, exchanging vows with a quiet "I do."
That horrible stuff those pesky reporters wrote about her was purely
The groom was Joe Giuliano, not a Hollywood A-lister, not a prince, but an ordinary young man. The alleged ceremony bore no resemblance to the lavish Windsor wedding. There were no designer gowns, no glossy photo spreads, no global audience, just Meghan, Joe, and 2 family witnesses in a modest chapel off the Vegas Strip. And according to reports, Meghan's own child was there to witness it all.
I ask you, do you believe it's true?
I do believe now.
It was supposed to be.
It was meant to be nothing more than a teenage love story. But love stories in Vegas rarely last. Within months, the marriage was over. Not in a messy public divorce, but through a sealed annulment. Nevada's annulment laws are notorious for this. They can wipe a marriage completely off the books as if it never happened at all. You pay the fee, you sign the papers, and the official records vanish like a slot machine jackpot.
department. Yeah, right. That hapless husband of hers, old Ginger Nuts, what's his name? Oh, that's right, Harry, is also said to be far...
For Meghan, the annulment meant a clean slate. On paper, she had never been married. There was no trace, no archive, no public record of that day in the Vegas chapel. But that perfectly clean slate raises an obvious and damning question. Why go to such lengths to seal the file, to erase it so completely, if there was nothing scandalous hidden inside?
And reportedly, Trevor said that she couldn't give him children. And this is according to my brother. I didn't get this from Trevor.
According to her official biography, Meghan took a gap year before attending Northwestern University, a period framed as one of travel, self-discovery, and cultural enrichment. It's the kind of polished, inspiring narrative that fits seamlessly into a glossy PR package.
Spewing ludicrous conspiracy theories, journalists are going to go, isn't Harry great? Let's be very positive about him. Both of this preposterous pair of posers.
Here's the problem. There is no proof, no photographs, no travel documents, no classmates or program directors who can confirm these overseas adventures. There isn't even a single photo album showing Meghan in Europe or Asia during that so-called year of discovery. Instead, there is only silence, a conspicuous blank page in her otherwise meticulously documented life.
Yeah, definitely weeks that the story about these two going forward will be financial.
Well, it's really true, and what's very...
Meanwhile, the Giuliano family paints a very different picture. According to them, Meghan wasn't hopping across Europe or chasing adventures abroad. Instead, she was in Chicago, living quietly under their roof. No cameras, no glossy travel tales, no study abroad glamour, just a young woman keeping her head down and staying under the radar.
Came interview, she goes, "I didn't really get any opportunities as a mixed race actress, blah, blah, blah." And then,
no one knew she was mixed race, did they?
20 minutes later.
And here's where it all starts to feel suspicious. Why create a glittering travel narrative if the reality was simply staying home? Unless, of course, the truth wasn't dull at all, but something far bigger, something life-changing that she didn't want uncovered.
Business podcast. Do you think that's relatable to the average person bootstrapping their first company? Turn everything down. What's wrong with you, Meghan?
This is the thing about when she plays the race card. When she came to Britain.
That's when the whispers start to intensify. This wasn't just a quiet gap year. It was, according to some, the year Meghan may have become a mother. And rather than embracing it publicly, she allegedly buried that chapter, stepping into Northwestern with a carefully reset identity, spotless and untouched by the past.
Oh, everyone was against me because they're racists. And when she first started saying that...
For most people, such an idea would sound outrageous. But in Meghan Markle's case, that missing year doesn't look like coincidence at all. It looks more like the smoking gun, the unanswered piece of a carefully managed puzzle.
Are the hands that were shielding the belly. So if anybody had made a move to touch the belly, they would never have reached.
This is the chapter of Meghan's rumored past that never seems to fade. The whispers suggest it wasn't only a secret marriage. There was allegedly a child, a baby girl born in the mid-1990s, quietly and without celebration. No shower, no doting father by her side, no cherished photos tucked into a family album, only silence and unanswered questions.
When she came to Britain and started going out with Harry, subsequently they started saying, oh, everyone was against me because they're racists. And when she first started saying that, she said, I'm a racist, but we're all going, but you're white.
Yeah, and she self-identified.
The Giuliano family, according to the rumors, allegedly stepped in and took on the role of raising the child as their own. To outsiders, she appeared to be just another Giuliano. But behind closed doors, relatives supposedly knew the real story, and some even dared to speak it out loud. One chilling line of gossip has echoed for years. She was Meghan's before she was ours, and that's where the speculation takes an even darker turn.
Subsequently they started saying, oh, everyone was against me because they're racists. And when she first started saying that, she said,
the baby, rumored to have been named Noelle, was said to be born around 19. She reportedly grew up believing she was a Giuliano, never suspecting the secret tied to her birth. Meanwhile, Meghan is alleged to have cut all ties, moving on with her life as though that chapter had never existed.
But you're white.
Yeah, and she self-identified.
Like Gary Lineker, the older.
We know she knows she's...
By the time Meghan arrived at Northwestern University, she was presenting herself as a carefree, fresh-faced student with no attachments. There was no sign of the rumored daughter, no visits, no phone calls, nothing to suggest a connection. It was as if she had pressed reset on her life and started over with a spotless slate.
Race people, she looks very, very white. A lot of mixed people look very, very black. So when she goes, oh, I'm the victim.
It's a startling possibility, one that could tie together the missing year, the sealed Vegas records, and Meghan's apparent urgency to reinvent her past. If Noel is real, then Meghan's carefully curated life story isn't merely incomplete. It's a rewritten narrative, a work of fiction crafted to hide a buried truth.
They didn't know who she was. They had no idea she was a woman of color.
Also, she's talking to another woman of color who I'm pretty sure Emma.
Trevor Engelson, Meghan's former Hollywood husband, the man who once shared her life ambitions and private moments, is said to have been abruptly cast aside, reportedly receiving his engagement ring back in the mail rather than in a face-to-face conversation.
Has faced much more adversity than her.
She didn't like that.
She was just tone deaf to a T. No, she didn't.
I mean, that Emma Grede said, sometimes I wake up and I'm feeling a bit ghetto. She was just saying, and Meghan did.
For years, Trevor stayed silent, choosing not to publicly feed into Meghan's controversies. Yet his quietness didn't mean he was unaware. Sources suggest he knew more than anyone about Meghan's meticulously curated history, allegedly telling friends that her timeline wasn't merely refined, it had been entirely reconstructed.
I agree with you. You got the impression that Emma Grede, who is clearly a no-nonsense woman who knows what she's talking.
Trevor, a seasoned Hollywood producer, wasn't oblivious. He witnessed Meghan's relentless drive for fame and her talent for self-reinvention. He also noticed the inconsistencies, the missing pieces that didn't quite fit, and according to some sources, he was aware of the chapter Meghan has gone to great lengths to conceal.
To be entertaining. But you could see Emma Grede is going, who is this idiot?
Yeah.
She has no idea what she's doing.
Picture carrying that burden, seeing your ex-wife join the British royal family, presenting herself as a truth-teller, casting herself as a victim of palace injustice, all the while holding a secret that could unravel the entire narrative.
Well, absolutely knew that she had no business sense whatsoever. Anyway, she did only recently complete her most recent effort at a podcast.
Trevor's quiet stance has been called dignified, but some see it as calculated self-preservation. Were he to speak freely, Meghan's meticulous